Hey, I'm Scott, and I am an American in Bangkok, and today I got a letter. I do have a letter, but before I get started, please do me a favor. Click like, click subscribe, hit join, look down in the description anywhere, and remember that if you need some help, I'm here for you. Just give me an email at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. I've been here for almost 30 years, and I believe in almost all cases I can help you to do whatever it is you need in your journey to Thailand, in your journey, whatever it may be. So, let me get started here. I got this letter, and it says, this is a bit scattered from this guy, but he says, "Thank you for the videos. I enjoy them very much. I live in Denmark, and I had a long-term relationship with a Danish woman. We were married and had children. However, we broke up after we divorced. I met a Thai woman here in Denmark. She had a Danish passport for many years, and she is the one who introduced me to Thailand. I have gone to Thailand for many years on my holidays for family and fun and to learn the language. The Isan language." Okay, good for you. "I have learned much, and now I have my feet in both Denmark and Thailand. I give advice about Thailand to Farang here." Okay. Let me just go on because I don't know what I think about this, but I give advice to men here who think Thai women are good for them. Some of them think Thai women are easy. This is not the case, but I am the advisor, and I try to help people. Good work from you, but you forget to tell the story from the Thai side. Listen, pal, I don't forget a damn thing, okay? The Thai side doesn't matter as much as, are you getting what you want? Does it fit your lifestyle? That's the thing. I don't care what this girl thinks. I don't care what she likes. I mean, obviously you care, but you only care to a point. Does it fit in your own guidelines? That's how it goes. Thank you for your kind words. I wrote them back, of course, but I feel I must set you straight on a few things. I've been living here for almost 30 years. I am not a tourist like you. I don't go back and forth between the U.S. and Thailand or the Denmark and Thailand, and I have been with far too many Thai women to count. There is a huge difference between taking part in the dating or pay-for-play scenes and having a Thai girlfriend in Denmark. From what you have told me, your experience is extremely limited. You are giving men advice based on your one relationship with a Thai woman living in Denmark, your trips to Thailand, and what you have heard from her and others. Now, as far as telling things from the Thai side, I usually do not tell stories from the Thai side because first, I am not Thai, and second, because it is more important to worry about what you want, what you need, and what you expect before considering what the woman wants. Call me selfish. I'm not selfish, honestly, but you have your own criteria, you have your own boundaries, your own guidelines, and you want a woman who fits into those guidelines. Now, if she doesn't fit in, she's not what you want, then what are you with her for? I mean, you want a little fun, okay, fine, but if you want more than that, this is not the woman for you. Instead of going into the relationship worrying about what the woman wants or needs, it is important to know what you want and what you need and to set boundaries based on this. What's important is that the man and the woman are both happy. Allow me to explain. If what she wants is inside the man's boundaries, fine. If not, then there's going to be problems. If a man goes outside of these boundaries to give a woman what he wants, there's a phrase for this, codependent. Or as I like to say, he then becomes a Captain Save-A-Ho. It's one thing to be generous and helpful. It's another to give what you don't want to give or are unable to give. Also, where I come from, you don't need to treat a woman like she's easy, period. Women have a way of letting them know if they want to sleep with you. And the last thing a man needs to do with a woman, whatever nationality she is, whether she's a working girl or not, is to treat her like trash. This is more common courtesy than advice. However, there's nothing wrong with a man trying to have sex with a woman as long as he understands the word no. Now, he wrote me back And I will read what he wrote. He wrote me back 2 more times. I respect you for having lived in Thailand for many years, and what I think you miss is the Thai people live here in Denmark for many years and their thoughts about this subject. Why do I care about that? Many Danish men here are totally into the business of having a Thai lady, Scott. I just try to help. Ugh. First of all, they shouldn't need a lot of help. If the Thai women are in Denmark already, they already know the scene. And the men, listen, I'm sorry, but you Danish men, you Swedish men, you Norwegian men, whatever, I mean, all I've heard is a lot of negative stories about how you guys end up with bar girls and all these other things. And I don't want to say it's true about the whole culture, the whole society, but, it's a bit too much, really. To me, the cultural gap there is a big issue. You're American, I am from Europe. Both are based on Christian values, even if we are not considered religious, and that tradition is what we have. Thais are different. You think I am a novice about Thailand, but I do not think so. Well, I disagree. I have many male friends and educated couples, Thai and foreigners, who have their own businesses and so forth. Okay? It is not just bar girls as you think. I keep it here and not send you long letter as you talk about. Take care and best wishes. P.S. My experience is many people here have romantic relationships with Thais. Okay, I understand that. Guess the same as old immigrants from Denmark living in USA still think we here live in a Hans Christian Andersen old country. I think that was about 50 years ago. Yeah, I don't think that way anymore. I think he's just a famous author from Denmark, and that's about it. I don't give him too much credence. I have no intention of finding another Thai woman. I am fine here and have a girlfriend in Germany now. I'm sure that works real well. But I have friends in Thailand, both Thai and Western people. Now my friend Joe from San Diego selling his medical practice and is moving to Thailand to retire. He says any foreigner moving to a foreign country should always have an escape plan. Well, of course, I say that also. And I don't know the situation here, but whatever. You are right about the farang thing. In your comment, I hate to be called farang. I know the word does not always carry a negative connotation, but I always say I have a name too. Okay. And as I said to this guy, you do not live here. You come back and forth every once in a while, and your knowledge is by association, not by living in the culture all the time, every single day, meeting up with people and running into people, stumbling into relationships, whatever it might be. It's not the same as spending 2 weeks in Thailand when you live here year-round. There's a big difference. Living and visiting. Living, visiting. Living, visiting. Not the same. That's what I say. You do not live here in your knowledge by association. There is a huge difference between coming here on a holiday and living here. Just because you know Thai people in Denmark doesn't mean you've experienced the ways of a Thai woman or Thai women, or know much about Thailand. People change when they immigrate to Western countries. They become westernized, and that is true. They still keep some of the qualities, but they do change over because they have to morph into the culture that they're moving to. It really doesn't matter, though. For what is most important is that we care about what we want, set boundaries, and stick to them. Many men who come here don't do this, whether with Thai bar girls or regular women. They think that they should just change and give them everything they want and try to work within the Thai system. And sometimes you have to do that a little bit. You have to capitulate. And sometimes they need to understand you are not Thai. So you need to work together on that. They get swept away in a whirlwind lust affair, and before they know it, they're contemplating marriage or giving the girl everything they have to prove their love. So, of course, he writes me back again. Right, I do not live in Thailand, but as I told you, I have been there many times for 20 years now. I have good friends there. Okay, you've come here. Let's say that you come here twice a year for 20 years. That's 40 times. Okay, you gain a little experience. You should be somewhat knowledgeable, but you know what? You're from Denmark. That right there, that tells me a lot. And anybody who doesn't live there, they know what I'm talking about. Okay? I don't mean it's a bad thing, but I mean for some people who are Danish, Swedish, Norwegian, Finnish, whatever it is, for some of them, yeah, they just don't know the whole scene here and they don't get it. But anyway, whatever. I have good friends here, but I could not settle there permanently. I have a little problem with beautiful girls when I was younger, and I admit this. Who doesn't? Most men like beautiful women. It doesn't mean that you have to let it be a problem. It means that maybe you have a few too many at once or whatever. You need to make a decision. Which one do you want? Which ones do you want? However it may be. But, whatever. It shouldn't be a problem. Now I see what happens when Thais come to Denmark, and I can see through almost everything. Many are former bar girls here. Well, that tells me something. Many are former bar girls. That's what I'm saying. A lot of Danish people end up with bar girls. And then the bar girls, they live there and they have a good life. And they're not with the men. They're looking for their own men, whatever it is. I may not know much, but I can think for myself. I would say that your ability to think for yourself is somewhat scary. The well-educated Thais I know never think about moving to Western countries. Other people think here is welfare available. Okay, first of all, that's a real, to me, that's a real problem with how he's thinking. He doesn't think that well-educated Thais ever move abroad. Let me tell you, my wife is constantly talking about moving over there. The only reason we haven't is probably because of my kids and the fact that I'm staunchly against it. Now, I know many, 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 many Thais who have moved over there. I know them through her. I know them because they are people that I know. I know one who moved to Italy. I know several who have moved to the United States. I know some that have moved to the UK. It's just, it goes on and on and on. So please don't tell me that the educated Thais, they all stay behind in Thailand. No, they don't. Some do, some don't. Let me tell you a little story. Many years ago, we were traveling to Pattaya. This was before the big tourist boom. Well, if it was 20 years ago, it ain't before the big tourist boom. But eventually, there were many Americans, European tourists there. I was in a relationship with a Thai woman I met here in Denmark. I think it was just random that she was Thai. Anyway, we were together many years. We took many family members to meet in Pattaya, many of whom had never been outside Isan. One day, my girlfriend took her 80-year-old father to a go-go bar, and he was living it up again. Well, why wouldn't an 80-year-old have fun in a go-go bar? If he was, if he wanted to have a little bit of fun, he surely could. Just because he's 80 makes no difference. We could never dream of this in my country. Okay, so what's the big story? In your country, old men don't go to strip clubs? First time for me at that time. This was on my first trip to Thailand, 8 days in Pattaya, 3 weeks in northeast Isan between Khon Kaen and Udon Thani. All right. To me, this guy's thoughts are like nails on a chalkboard, and I'm not really I'm not sure what kind of point he's trying to make from his story. But can a man learn about Thailand by coming here once a year? Of course. But living in a country and being in continuous contact day after day, having interactions and experiences with Thai people is much, much different than someone who is a tourist who comes here, even if you're a tourist who comes here once or twice a year. What strikes me as slightly odd is that based on his one relationship with a Thai woman, he is giving advice to men. I have always felt a bit strange about giving advice to people, but at least I have almost 30 years here in the country, and I have a little bit of knowledge stored away in here. I have learned a thing or two, and yeah, I don't even know what to say about this, but I just think he's a knucklehead, he's a chowderhead, and he's barking up the wrong tree. I don't know why he's helping. Oh, I know all about Thailand. I've been there like 20 times. Okay, whatever. Okay, do what you want. Some people will never learn. Anyway, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Until next time, chok di leo choken mai. That's good luck and see you later.